Lord of the Rings themed mountain getaway. Y'all, it was totally awesome. I was in desperate need of a little trip, so we hopped in the car and headed towards the mountains. I'm from North Carolina and it is a beautiful state. I highly recommend visiting if you haven't before. Making our way westwards to a place called Leatherwood. They market themselves as a resort, but in my opinion, it was like a big fancy neighborhood for rich people. Like, this is one of the places where you visit in your retiring years. You know, you got like one house here, one house at the beach. Anyways, so we made our way up the mountain. Thank heavens my husband was driving because I would not do well with all these twists and turns. I get a little bit car sick. And then we arrived at the house. It was so beautiful. I love log cabins anyways, but a Lord of the Ring themed log cabin, oh my gosh. Can it get better than that? I'm not really sure that it can. Maybe a Harry Potter one, but I'm still going with Lord of the Rings. Sorry, I'm a huge nerd about this if you can't tell. If you haven't read the books or watched the movies, I highly recommend it. There's a giant reason why they're like some of the most famous and won every award known to mankind. There were so many details from top to bottom in this house, and I appreciated every single one of them. It was beautiful. I mean, look at these countertops. I didn't know that I could love a brown countertop so much. All the little figurines were fun to find throughout the house, and can we just talk about these views? Oh, I'm truly destined to be a mountain person. Anyways, back to the house. This was a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom home with bonus areas upstairs and down. Each room had its own theme going on, references, and characters from the movie/books. It was all very clean and well taken care of. I felt comfortable right away, and honestly, you know what? After like 10 minutes of being in the house, it started to feel like it was my house. I don't know, some magical mountain thing, I think. So the basement is definitely where we spent most of our time, just because the kids were running around doing cartwheels down here and playing with all of the cool things they had for us. It was my son's first time messing around with a foosball and an air hockey table. He loved it. By the end of this trip, my kids wore slap out, which was perfect because that's just the way I wanted them to be. I'm already planning my trip back here and to bring my husband so that he can watch all the movies because he's never seen them. Don't worry, I will nerdify him. Anyways, so we made our way back down the mountain to go eat. The resort has its own little restaurant place. Everything was delicious here, by the way. And I'm not just saying that. I'm a huge barbecue snob, and the barbecue that I ordered from this place was amazing. Like I would risk a stomach ache to keep eating it type of amazing, where it's just so good. And they have barn cats. What? I got the sense that most of the people who were in there that day came here all the time. It had that small town feel where people were referring to each other by their first names. They handed out little toys and prizes for my kids from their little Halloween basket. That was so sweet. Anyways, back to the food. I swear, half this trip all we did was eat, which is fine because you're on vacation, that's the point. Plus, by then we were starving because we had traveled that day and spent hours playing at the house. Oh man, just look at that barbecue. It was so tasty. I should really have my own food channel. I'm a low-key obsessed with food. After we were finished, we came back up to tire the kids out. Me and Daniel took turns playing on the air hockey table and messing with the baby. Here she is. She's just so perfect. She's been doing so good. And thank you to all my followers, by the way, who have been asking about her. She's just fabulous. Such an easy baby. So by the end of this day, everybody was pretty tuckered out, which was the goal. Took it easy until the next morning, and then we were right back at it. This is me spying on the neighbors because what else are you going to do whenever you live high up in the mountains? Look at that distance on that phone. Good morning, everyone. We were really excited to have breakfast out on the porch because we wanted to enjoy the mountain views while we were eating, since we didn't get to do it the day before. And in typical European fashion, we had a bunch of meat and cheese and bread for breakfast. And my kids got to try hot chocolate for the first time, even though it was actually cold chocolate. I'm just in my element up here. I love, love, love the mountains. So there was lots of cool things that you could do on the resort, but probably not whenever you have 3 small kids. So we just decided to head back down the mountain and go check out the horse stables and the little shops and stuff, since we didn't get to do it the day before because everybody was just way too hungry. Look at these horses. I'm so jealous. I love horses and I so wanted to go horseback riding, but once again, that was going to be something that was just going to have to wait until after I didn't have small kids with me. But I'm definitely going to come back here and do that and try to make my husband do it too. He hasn't ridden a horse in probably 20 years. So this is the little place. It's like a little gift shop, coffee bar kind of a thing. They've got trinkets and you can talk to this lady about coordinating a wedding here if you want. buy some local goodies and shirts, things like that. It is the other half of the big building that the restaurant is located in that we had supper the night before. I did end up buying a shirt to remember our first trip as a family together, because I'm pretty sure the last time me and my husband went anywhere, it was before we had any kids. At least by ourselves. I mean, we've been other places, but never alone. We were always with another family or a couple other families. So we let the kids run around outside, and it didn't last for very long. They were just too cranky. We didn't even make it to see the horses because the wheels had officially fallen off the cart and they were just too fussy. So we decided to drive off of the resort and look for coffee and more food, anything really just to keep the kids entertained until they could calm down. Because they were throwing hands, man. I think everybody was just tired from the trip. So we took in some more of the beautiful North Carolina scenery and headed to the closest town, which ended up being about 30 minutes away, I would say. And by then, we literally just went to the first place that we found, which was Burger King. I ended up ordering a shake that I was actually really impressed with, and I think it was called the Cookie Shake. I didn't know if it was saying cookie or cookie. Morticia's Cookie chocolate shake. Yo, we spent $50 at Burger King, but that's all right. We came back and let the kids eat and run around and play, and for the rest of the trip, we just chilled. Thanks for watching, and go to the mountains as soon as you can.